Well, there's a new report out that probably should scare the Democratic Party because you guys may lose the youth vote, rather. Now, many millennials are actually right now, the same people, of course, that put Barack Obama in office and actually kept him there. Now it looks like they're shifting gears, and we're seeing a lot of reports that are saying they're moving toward Donald Trump for 2016. That's right. They want an outsider, and they're longing for an anti-establishment candidate to shake things up. Sounds familiar. In fact, my own son, 18 years old, he wanted me to say two things. I was going to interview Trump today, and we're going to work on it, get it done. But he wanted me to say two things to Trump today. A, that he loves him, and then B, he wanted his phone number. All right, Tammy, should the Democrats be worried? And by the way, I got to introduce Erin Ehrlich. She's with us, trial attorney as well. Let me start with you, Erin. You're on the left. You're a millennial.
I am.
You work in a big city, the kind of cities that the Democrats have dominated for a long time, Newark, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Do you sense that there might be a major shift going on here?
Well, yes and no. I think most of us young millennials, and I think pretty much everyone, sort of views Trump as being this, I mean, he makes himself this arrogant and temperamental buffoon. But if you
whoa, yeah,
why would you? But if you can get
but what did he do that was buffoonery?
Well, just last week I watched him attack the Univision reporter endlessly, and
but why was that buffoonery when some guy interrupts the middle of a this guy had an agenda? I mean, listen, and he tried to sandbag Donald Trump, and Donald Trump called him out. Why is that buffoonery?
If you can get past the part where you feel like you're watching a bad reality TV show. Yes, I think there are some aspects to his platforms that are attractive to young professionals such as myself who are seeking to protect their earnings. We're seeking to pay off our loans. We're seeking to see stronger presence abroad, to see stronger resistance
So you think
abroad.
he represents those things?
He could. And I think nowadays, as opposed to maybe even 4 years ago, the shift really is that young adults are not really voting based on social issues, because now you see there's more moderate Republicans who are coming out there and saying, okay, you know what? Abortion's okay up to a certain point. We're not.
Yeah, that's not. No one's talking that. You're right. You're right about that. But people are, to the points that you made. People do want to, quote unquote, make America great again. I think everyone would agree. This is not the America of the 1950s. It's not America of the 2000s. It's not the America that Ronald Reagan brought back to life. It is not the America that became the greatest country ever known on a planet Earth in a very short period of time, mind you, and that saved the planet on more than one occasion, that fed the planet all the time, that we have lost that edge. All week long, we've talked about for the last 2 weeks, our markets are down. Why? Because China. All of a sudden, China is the straw that stirs the economic drink in the planet. People want that, particularly young people want that promise, don't they, Tammy?
Well, they do, and I think what the big lesson of Barack Obama is that hope and change doesn't cut it. That we aren't great because it just happens to be that way and it's natural. We're great because you have to work at it. And they realize now that this is not going to be automatic, that these are things that you have to have somebody. Barack Obama had never run anything in his life. They now realize that, yeah, I'm out of college. I can't get a job. I was lied to. What's wrong with this picture?
Barack Obama did run, though, as the outsider, which he has very much in common with. I'm not saying whether he was or not, Tammy. I'm just saying he was a first-term senator, and he ran as an outsider, and people embraced that.
But they embraced that, but that's not the only thing now in the Republican outsiders. They all have massive business experience. They've been around the block.
But specifically, though, Donald Trump, and I know we're going to get to rap signal in a minute, but specifically with Donald Trump, when I talked to my son about this, he said, listen, he read the story about Donald Trump, more than one story. He loved the way he took his father's smallish business, a Queens-based real estate business, and had an international vision for it. He also felt like the other candidates were wimps. We watched Walker on TV this weekend. He felt he was a wimp. I don't know if it was meet the But people want strength. They want strength,
but they don't want people who lose their cool the way he does. When you're the president of the United States, you don't have the luxury of losing your cool.
Why not?
But what they'll find is we have no drama Obama right now, and we're in a mess. And I think that's the same dynamic.
Being cool does not always equate to getting the job done. Sometimes it's okay to have emotions, and I think that's the part of politically correct that a lot of people on both sides of the aisle want to get junked.